Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video we are doing a review of Monster Hunter Stories 2 for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on that review. This was my first entry into the Monster Hunter series, and I haven't played the first Monster Hunter Stories either, but believe me, you really don't have to be able to enjoy this game. The game sees you take control of a rookie rider whose grandfather was a great hero named Red. Quite early on in the game, you're entrusted with a Rathalos egg, and you basically play through the game to uncover the prophecy of this great monster, the last of its kind. In order to try and solve this prophecy, you'll fight huge monsters, you'll raid dens for eggs, and then raise those offspring to help you with your quest to solve this prophecy.
That's a Rathalos egg, isn't it?
When you first start the game, you are given quite an extensive character builder. As you can see from the footage, there's various things from the eyes, the mouth, and also there's lots of different hairstyles. I like the fact that you're able to actually use two tones for the hair colour, which I just thought was quite a cool thing to have on there. I've not seen something like that before, but I really loved being able to turn myself into an anime character. This customization is available throughout the game, so you can change your hairstyle and things if you want to. I also like the fact that when you do get armor, you're able to change up the color and how it looks. So that was quite a cool thing. If you didn't particularly like the armor, you know you've got the opportunity to just change it up slightly, change the color, which is quite a nice sort of add-on when you do get that armor and unlock that armor. So this is a turn-based RPG. Now for me, other than Pokemon, I don't play an awful lot of turn-based games. So I'm always very nervous whenever I pick up a new one because it really is make or break as to whether or not I'm going to like it. I've got to say this game has really taken me by surprise. The turn-based combat I'm absolutely loving. It sees you take a rock, paper, scissors approach to it. So it's challenging enough that I'm really enjoying it, but it's not too technical and not too difficult that it's kind of like, oh, this is boring or it's kind of going over my head. There's enough of a challenge there, but not too much of a challenge. I found that at the start of the game, the combat was a little easier because you could memorize who you were facing and realize, well, they're a speed enemy, so I'll do technical, or they're a power enemy, I'll do speed. So that does make it a lot easier, but as you progress through the game, you are faced with multiple enemies, so that's where it does become slightly harder because you're never quite sure if you do get a head-to-head, which one is going to be attacking you, or which move they're actually going to pick, because sometimes they change throughout. Depending on your Munsti, you will also get little head-to-head battles. So sometimes it's a case of just literally tapping A as quickly as you can, or it might be an aerial combat where you're tapping the left and right top buttons, or you might have to move your stick, which just gave it that little bit of an extra element to the turn-based system that I found really fun. I particularly love all of the animations from the combat system, whether that's when you're doing a double attack, whether that's when you're riding on the back of your Munsti. I just thought it looks really, really nice. Yeah, visually, it's really nice to look at. So it's just another great thing about the combat system. I also really enjoyed the exploration part of the game. There's just something very fun about raising one of the Munsties and just riding round on them and exploring certain parts of areas, whether that's on a beach, in a forest. And some areas do look better than others. I'd like the beach areas. Some of the forest areas weren't as nice, but all the footage you're looking at is all taken from handheld mode. So this gives you an idea of how it looks in handheld mode. I haven't actually experienced this through the TV yet. You will see lots of comparisons, I think, to Pokemon, and that's down to the other part of the game, which is the egg hatching. So you go over to various dens and you raid them, and you either beat whichever monster is in there and then take the egg, or sometimes you can just sneak in, grab an egg, and then bring it back to the stable. And then it's kind of a bit of a lottery as to what's going to be in the egg, and you get to find out what's in that egg. So it is quite a cool element. There's something about obviously raising the party that's obviously going to bring that Pokemon comparison. And you can see from the footage, you get to select your egg, you can edit the nicknames, it tells you all about the Munstie. And it was a really cool element deciding what you're going to pick, or again, that kind of lottery of which one am I going to get this time. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know cel-shaded artwork is my absolute favourite style of artwork. So this game, for me, just is absolutely perfect. There's a few areas that maybe could have done with a little bit more work, a few bits of scenery that kind of drop in, but overall, I do think visually it's a really fantastic game. Particularly the cutscenes, the anime cutscenes, just look really, really great. And as I said before, all of the footage is taken in handheld mode, so you're obviously going to see a slight improvement if you're playing through the TV.
Just take good care of Ronmar, okay? You and your monsties gotta work together to help each other grow. Got it?
Nice going, buddy!
Although your character doesn't speak throughout the game, as you can see from the clip there, the whole game is voice acted. And if you're a fan of anime like me, I think you'll truly enjoy it. I thought the cutscenes in particular were really fantastic. I do have one very small criticism about what is an unbelievably brilliant game, and that is it's very difficult to get your character to walk. Almost instantaneously, you would start running, even when you move the joystick just very, very a small amount. And sometimes when you're trying to collect berries, or you're only trying to move a very small amount, you would run past them, turn around, have to run back, try to collect them. And it just gets a little bit frustrating. It's a very, very minor thing, but it's something that I've noticed, and I think a few other people have noticed. So, for a tiny criticism like that, it is a fantastic game, other than that small thing that I've noticed. That's my review for Monster Hunter Stories 2. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave a comment down below if you're enjoying the game. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. See you soon.